Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for our Gurukul session. And today is Wednesday. We have Krishna Lila discussions. So, Srila Prabhupada has given this especially the book Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so that devotees can really understand about the Lord and Lord's wonderful activities in the right perspective. So the beauty of this Krishna book from where we are reading the specialities, it is written exactly in line with the Srimad Bhagavatam. Many people knows about Lord Krishna's episodes, Lord Krishna's activities, especially on the televisions. The serials are many famous, but unfortunately that is not depicted in a right understanding, and that's what that doesn't change much. It doesn't change the heart of the people much. But here, especially when we are reading the book Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Srila Prabhupada has given us, because it is given in a very properly in a right parampara. So that's what it brings us more closer to the Lord, purifying our hearts. So when we read these books and all, we should try to undo all our previous seeing the things whatever you have seen on televisions and all. Those things we need not to bring here. We may know some ideas here there, but here we learn in a right perspective. Of course, you have any question, comments, all you can always ask at the end, so that it becomes more proper. So let us begin our today's episode of Krishna book by offering the prayers first. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanatamsha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayade Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratkrishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I hope all of you remember which chapter we are reading from the Krishna book, what's going on now. Yes, anyone?
Killing of comes.
Yeah, killing of comes. Killing of comes. Yeah. So yeah, chapter number 44. Yeah. So continuation of the chapter 44, the killing of Kamsa from the book Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So last week, especially if you remember, I don't know whether I was there, some other teacher had taken the session, right? So anyone knows up to what point it was stopped? We discussed, I remember as such, we were at this point. The gopis were not able to tolerate. How can this
Yeah,
injustice
Prabhu.
can take place? Yeah. After that, it happened. Anything more? Yeah, fine. Then I think we'll continue again. This
I think class was not there.
class was not there. Okay. Yeah. I think this point we studied. Yeah, those who are remaining silent or not supporting, right? That point I think we had studied about. Which where is the paragraph? I think I'll zoom out a little bit so that quickly we can spot him. Yes, those taking part and watching are not very much, yeah. So now from that point, but so now the gopis are interacting about their feelings about Krishna and Balram getting fight with Mushtika and Chan. So who was fighting with whom? Quickly, one pop-up question. Who was fighting with whom? Yes. Yeah. Between whom the fights are going on? Hare Krishna. You have to unmute and say. Otherwise, chat every time takes time to.
Balram with Mustika and Krishna with Chanura.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And now one devotee have given the answer. So next time other devotee can speak. Means the same devotee, like now Shubham Pro spoke the answer. So next time you can pause for a while till the time other devotee speaks out. Okay. Yeah. So I'm seeing the, yeah, correct. Lord Krishna with Chanura and Balram with Mushtika. Mushtika. But my dear friends, another lady in the assembly spoke out. Just look at the face of Krishna. There are drops of perspiration on his face from chasing his enemy, and his face appears like a lotus flower with the drops of water. So as we read in the prayers of Mother Kunti also, Lord Krishna's everything is of lotus. There is a lotus verse, right? I hope all of you remember. So they are also praising. Another lady said, don't you see how the face of the Lord Balram has turned especially beautiful? There is a reddish hue on his white face because he's engaged in a strenuous wrestling match with Mushtik. Right? So generally, those are very fair also. Those who do, and those people, when they do hard work, there's some kind of a reddish things comes out because of exertion or things. So Balram was a small boy, but then he was so beautiful and all, and then he was doing a hard work of fighting with this fighter wrestlers. So his face turned to be reddish, so it was became more beautiful. Another lady in the assembly addressed her friend, dear friend, just imagine how fortunate is the land of Vrindavan. So where this talk is going on, who knows? Can someone give the answer now who has not spoken? Where this talk is going on? They are speaking about the land of Vrindavan. This talk is going on in which place? Which is a place here the talk is going on?
Mathura. Prabhuji, Mathura.
Yeah, Mathura. Yeah. The talk is going on in Mathura. Who gave the answer? Manvik Pro? Who spoke? Yeah. Who gave the answer? I could not recollect the name. Hare Krishna. Who gave the answer? Mathura? Who spoke? Okay. I think that devotee is out now. Anyway, so this is happening in the place of Mathura. So they are glorifying the land of Vrindavan, where the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself is present, always decorated with the flower garlands and engaged in tending cows along with his brother Lord Balram. So they are considering the good fortune of the Vrindavan, where the Lord was always present and fully giving the association there, taking care of the cows. So they're all glorifying that. He's always accompanied by his cowherd boyfriends, and he plays with his transcendental flute. The residents of Vrindavan are fortunate to be able to constantly see the lotus feet of Krishna and Balram, which are worshipped by the great demigods like Lord Shiva and the goddess of fortune. So there is one very beautiful song by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, where he says, Tava Shiva Paya Shivatva. By the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord, Shiva became the auspicious. You know, one of the meaning of the Shiva is auspicious. That auspiciousness ability came to Lord Shiva because he got the darshan of the lotus feet of Krishna. So, right, so that's what the gopis are also acknowledging. Krishna and Balaram are the supreme personality of Godhead, and even the Lord Shiva and the goddess of fortune, that is Mother Lakshmi. They are also worshipping the Lord's lotus feet. We cannot estimate how many pious activities were executed by the damsels of Brajabhumi, so that they were able to enjoy the supreme personality of Godhead by looking upon the unparalleled beauty of his transcendental body. So what is meaning by the unparalleled beauty? You understand the meaning of this word, the unparalleled beauty of his transcendental body. Yeah, yes, say. Someone who is not spoken. What is meaning by the unparalleled beauty? Unparalleled beauty. You study in your geometry the parallel lines, right? The two parallel lines. One line is going like this, so another line is also going parallel to that, right? So means one line is existing, but there is a one more line is there parallel to it. But for Krishna, the beauty of Krishna, that is one line. But there is no parallel line to that. Nobody can match to the Krishna's beauty, uncomparison, right? Some of you are writing the note. No one can ever match his beauty. Yeah. So that is a meaning. Okay. Unparalleled beauty of his transcendental body. So Lord Shiva, Mother Lakshmi, all the devatas, they are hankering to have for a little bit of moment the darshan of the lotus feet of the Lord. Those lotus feet of the Lord are constantly covered the land of Vrindavan. So how much fortunate are the Brajavasis? And then they are saying not only the lotus feet, but the beautiful form, the beauty of the Lord. So they all are glorifying the good fortune. The beauty of the Lord is beyond compare. Yeah, that's what the next line said. So that's why, what is the name of the Lord? Because he's so beautiful. That's why he's so attractive. What is the name of the Lord? Krishna means all attractive. Yeah. One more name. His beauty is so nice.
Madan Mohan.
Yeah, the Madan Mohan. Radha Madan Mohan. Yeah. Madan Mohan. Yeah. Right. So no one is higher than or equal to him in the beauty of complexion or bodily luster. Right. So it's so you want to become more beautiful, then we should look on the beauty of Lord Krishna. So when we meditate on the beauty of Lord Krishna, we also get similar features. So right, in the world, you know, people look towards the Bollywood hero, heroines, right? Hollywood hero, heroines. They're so beautiful. They want to keep their photos. They keep themselves, their things on the wallpaper, on the mobiles and things. That is the object of their meditation. That's what in the medias and newspaper, television, everywhere it goes about their beauty. But problem is that beauty fades away. That beauty is temporary. And that beauty is a false also. In the movie, television, they show the people beautiful and all. That is actually the makeup. It's not the real beauty. If you remember, I had said the example before also. I was there in Chennai when I was doing my studies in IIT Chennai. So when I was coming out of our center while going to the college, so I was seeing one board, the marriage board, marriage invitation of one boy and one girl couple that put, and it was looking so beautiful. I was doubtful, how come we say material beauty is not there, people are not so, but this looks so beautiful. How come they're putting the photos and things? So I went to that shop, that printing shop, because I wanted to take some prints for our program. So when I went into the shop, I was shocked. You know what they were doing? They were doing editing of the photo. There is one Photoshop, you know, Photoshop, one, anyone knows, where we can edit the photo.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Photoshop, or there are many other softwares, applications are there. So although the girl looking with the pimples and things and black and all, they can remove that from the photo and give nice whitish touch. So it looks more attractive and beautiful. Then I was the same photo what is kept outside inside was looking so not so beautiful, right? So this beauty is made up. This beauty is actually not the original beauty, but Krishna's beauty is all the time it is beautiful, the most beautiful. It's not made up, or it's not like a short time, or it's like a whatever the false, but it is true, it is permanent, and it is ever. So Krishna and Balram are the reservoir of all kinds of opulences. So the 6 opulences, all of you know, right? The wealth, namely the wealth, the strength, the beauty, fame, knowledge, and renunciation. The gopis are so fortunate that they can see and think of Krishna 24 hours a day, beginning from their milking the cows, or husking the paddy, or churning the butter in the morning, right? While engaged in cleansing their house and washing their floors, they're always absorbed in thought of Krishna. So what did we observe from this? Anyone can share their idea. What did you observe from this description? The gopis are thinking of Krishna 24 hours a day while doing all their works. Right from day, it begins with the milking the cows, husking the paddy, churning the butter, mopping the house, floors, and all the time they're thinking about Krishna. What did you understand from this? Where similar verse comes in the one of the shloka. Anyone knows? With a similar principle. The details are given here. Very famous verse. I can give a hint. It comes in Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna himself instruct, which gopis are perfectly following. Yeah, anyone knows? Yeah, yes, Jashit Prabhu, your voice is not coming, your chats are coming. To think about Krishna. Yeah, what is that?
So it is like thinking about Krishna and not being attached or put to work, Prabhuji. It's like
yeah, your half answer is correct, to think about Krishna. Other, of course, obviously we should not be attached to the work, but there is a very good verse in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna instructs Arjun how one should work while fighting or while doing the work. Especially Arjun was fighting, that's why Lord Krishna told him how you should fight. Yeah, offer result to Krishna, that is after fight. Detached, obviously that is one. But while fighting, while working, how one should do. You can remember that verse. Okay, Mam Anusmara. Yeah, you remember? Mam Anusmara Yudhyacha. So Lord Krishna says that verse. Mam Anusmara. You remember me and fight. So Krishna is not telling to stop the work. Many times people think that, if you become Krishna conscious, if you become a devotee, you have to give up your works. You need not to do. Then what will happen? And I'll know. You can work, but work for Krishna. Work in remembrance of Krishna. That's why Srila Prabhupada named our movement as Krishna consciousness. So when we work, we should be conscious of Krishna. So here you see the gopis. They're doing all their household duties. They did not stop or went to the forest or so, which of course they can go also. Their talk was completely dedicated. But point is, while working also, they're completely remembering how Krishna might be going in the forest. Now Krishna will be getting up. Now Krishna will be coming back. Let us go and see Krishna. Always absorbed in the thought of Krishna. So Arjuna was also been instructed. Ma Manusmara Yudhyacha. Like that for us also. Now what is our work? Out of this, or what is our work for all of us? Milking the cows, husking the paddy, churning the butter. What is the work for all of us? Oh, no one knows?
studying.
Doing studies, right? All of you are students. We are going to the school, so we should put our 100% best. No room should be given that, I did not study, or I did not do my homework, I did not, I forgot to complete my assignments, let me copy from my friend and show to the teacher, finish. No, we should do the best. Best work, best efforts at least should be gone. Results, how it will come, anyway, that is not in our hand as such, but our effort should go best. Let me complete my homeworks. Let me learn about what the teacher is going to teach. Let me solve the assignments myself as much as best I can. Or let me discuss with my friend because he is good in that subject. So let me get some idea and make myself also good in the subject. So why we should do best for studies? Yes. Now you understand the point. Why we should do best for studies? As such, it is not Krishna consciousness. Studies are for only for material things only. Why we should do best? Yes.
So that we can set up a role model. Because others will see and tell that he's practicing Krishna consciousness. That's why means he's excelling in his studies also. So let us also practice Krishna
Sorry,
consciousness.
here speaker is, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Prabhu.
You say? Again, the sound is not coming. Just a minute.
Bluetooth mode. Pairing. USB cable mode.
Yeah. Now can you speak?
Yeah, Prabhu. So actually means so that we can set up a role model for others. So that others will see that oh, because he's practicing Krishna consciousness, that's why he's excelling in his studies also. So let us also practice Krishna consciousness.
Yeah. So obviously we have to set example for others. But before that, the most important thing to please Lord Krishna, right? Naturally, then the example will be set up automatically, right? So not only to show others, but to please Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna will be happy that we are obviously following very nicely. Arjuna was asked to do his work, his studies of fighting very nicely. So we should also do studies very nicely. And then obviously, as you said, that we should set a very good example. Then Lord will, the people will appreciate Krishna consciousness. So we should not compromise on our studies. We should put our best efforts. I remember in our childhood days, my aunt with whom I stayed, they used to wake me up every day early morning, 5 o'clock or so. Not for meditation, that also they used to teach me, but mainly to do my studies. Saying that morning hour, if you study, it will make you very, very quickly learn the subject. It will become very quickly memorize and remember everything. So morning hours are very fresh. So all of you can also practice. You go to bed early by 9 or 9:30 and get up morning by 4 or 5. And then you do your meditation, fresh up, and then study also. You'll become very quickly, complete all your, it will become very fast. Why? Because we want to please Lord Krishna. Then we're also following in the footsteps of the gopis, right? So not that we have to do like the gopis, go out or things and all. That is not. We have to understand the principle of remembering Krishna and serving Krishna and doing for the pleasure of Krishna. Okay, so that's what we should become a very good student. The gopis, Prabhupada is writing, see, the same lesson. We are not read yet, but see, exactly same point is coming. The gopis give a perfect example of how one can execute Krishna consciousness even while performing various types of material engagement. See, exactly. Na? By constantly being absorbed in the thought of Krishna, one cannot be affected by the contamination of material activities. So, because we are doing for Krishna, because we are remembering Krishna and because we are offering our everything for Krishna, then naturally one will not get affected by material activities. Oh, I got a less marks, or I got a more marks, right? Pride or a discouragement, whatever either of the extremes will always remain in a proper state, right? So that's the beauty. The gopis therefore are perfectly in trance, samadhi, the highest perfection stage of mystic power. So samadhi means people generally think the posture of the yogi sitting and closing his eyes and then the deep meditation, having a long beard in a forest. That's also kind of a samadhi, but real samadhi means what? 100% thinking about Krishna, which gopis are setting. Gopis are in a perfect samadhi, although they are doing their work of milking the cows, cleansing the house, husking the paddy, right? But they are fully remembering of Krishna, so they are perfect in samadhi. Arjuna was in perfect samadhi while shooting the arrows and killing the enemies. We can also be in perfect samadhi while doing our studies. We should be so absorbed. I remember when I was doing my preparation for one competitive exam, so I was looking into the problems and formulas so much. Some problem which are not solved, in the dream I used to get the answer. Then I used to wake up, oh yes, I got the idea now how the answer came. Because why? We are putting fully ourselves into the subject. We should forget the world outside. So same practice while chanting also. When we sit for chanting, we should forget the things and just focus on hearing the names of God. Then when we sit for studies, just put so much focus into study that we forget about everything. So I'll give one practical example. So you know the missile man of India, what is his name?
APJ Abdul Kalam.
APJ Abdul Kalam.
Missile man of India. So he was being asked, about his life. He was actually not married. He was unmarried only till last end of his life. He was unmarried. only.
He
The
died
reporters
while
or the
teaching.
people asked about him. Why you did not marry? Because he was neither a saint in the sense the sadhu or like a brahmachari, but he was doing his occupation things. Then he said, I was so much absorbed in my missile work and launching the things and all. I forgot only about my marriage or other things. Right? So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says very amazing principle from this. We can take an inspiration from these people, those who are working in the material world. They're so much absorbed in their work, they forget about their even basic needs also sometimes. So how much we can be Krishna conscious while working for Krishna? We should forget. So same thing, we should have such a focus that we should not get a second thought while doing the work. And that's what Lord Krishna says to Arjuna also. Vyavasayatmika buddhi, ekeha kuru nandana. One pointed attention we should have. You know that game, na? Making a focus, aiming at the focus with the arrow. What do you call that game? I don't know, the name is there something, hitting on a center. The many circles will be there, and then you have to put the marks. 1 mark for outside circle, 2 marks, 3 marks, and 10 on 10 if you hit on the center. Right? So then the target should be only on that, like Arjuna was on that statue of the bird, right? Or fish of a bird which is hanging. So like that, we should completely focus on our work. When you sit for studies, just put so much into study, no other second thought. When we sit for a class learning about Krishna consciousness, we should involve so much that we should remember the points, remember the examples. Then when you sit for meditation, chanting the names of Krishna, completely focus on hearing the names. Then you see how powerful our mind becomes controlled, intelligence becomes sharp, and then everything we can become. This is called as a perfect samadhi. Yeah. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is confirmed that one who is constantly thinking of Krishna is a first-class yogi among all kinds of yogis. Anyone remember that verse? Very famous verse. Who is a first-class yogi? Recently, we studied last Sunday. The 6th chapter, last verse. After describing Ashtanga Yoga and all those things, before starting Bhakti Yoga description, Lord Krishna concludes, Karma Yogi, Jnana Yogi, Ashtanga Yogi, none of these yogis are topmost. 6th chapter, last verse you can see. Yoginam api sarvesham madgate nantaratmana. Right? Madgate nantaratmana. He makes his Atma one with me only. Completely thinking about me. He's a topmost yogi. Okay? So that's what Prabhupada is writing here. My dear friend, one lady told another, we must accept the activities of the gopis to be the highest form of piety. So who is speaking this dialogue? Can you quickly say? Pop-up question. Let us see if you are there in the class or not. Who is telling this dialogue? They are telling about audience means who? Who are in the audience? No, but they are telling we must take accept the activities of the gopis. Means these are not the gopis. Who is speaking this? We must accept the activities of the gopis to be the highest form of piety. Otherwise, how could they have achieved the opportunity of seeing Krishna both morning and the evening? Yeah, these are the ladies of Dwarka, Mathura. Sorry, Mathura. The match is happening in Mathura fight. So the ladies of Mathura, they are speaking about the gopis of Vrindavan. Okay. In the morning, when he goes to the pasturing ground with his cows and covered boyfriends, and in the evening, when he returns with them, playing on his flute and smiling very brilliantly, right? So the gopis we must consider to be the highest. This is also approved by the gopis of the Mathura, the ladies of the Mathura. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the gopis are not engineers. The gopis are not the doctors. Gopis are not like a richest billionaire or so. They are simple village girls. But why it has been considered them to be the topmost devotee, topmost personalities, even Brahma, Narada, Shiva, all worship them as a topmost devotee. Because of this, they are completely focused, thinking of Lord Krishna. So we should also learn how to do our activities in a Krishna conscious way. Okay. Thank you all very much for joining and giving your kind association. Let us end with the Vaishnava Prima. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada
Jai.
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 Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.